Here is the first question period of the second session. That is Michael Ignatieff. He has the lead-off question, a standing ovation from the Liberal caucus, not surprising there, as we are listening live.
Mr. Speaker, I spent the past month listening to Canadians throughout the country. They're afraid of losing their jobs, their pensions, and indeed even the future of their children. Thus, in that context, where was the government's plan in October, November, December, when the governments in the G8 were already acting? The Right Honourable the Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, I would like to begin by congratulating the Leader of the Opposition for having attained that position and for having attained the leadership of his party. This government acted at the beginning of this crisis more than a year ago, and now today, Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Finance will be bringing into the House a budget that'll be a budget for the modern history of Canada. The Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the Prime Minister for his kind words. The point is the actions come late. Yesterday's throne speech goes against everything the government was saying last autumn. As late as October, the Prime Minister was denying we were headed into a recession. As late as the economic statement, the Prime Minister was actually denying we were going to head into deficit. And now we know the truth. So the question, why did the Prime Minister tell us we were in surplus on November 27th when we were actually in deficit?
Mr. Speaker, let's be very clear. Prior to the budgetary actions we will be taking in the upcoming budget, this government has been in surplus for the current fiscal year. I indicated, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, at the G20 meetings in November and after at APEC, that this government did intend to run a deficit in coordination with other countries around the world to stimulate our economy. We have a strong balance sheet, Mr. Speaker, and we will do whatever it takes to keep our economy strong.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition. Mr. Speaker, let's turn to infrastructure. The government claimed that infrastructure would be a priority, but they failed to get $2 billion in commitments out the door that would have created jobs and helped rebuild communities. How can Canadians trust the Prime Minister not to fail them again? What assurances can he give us now that the promised money will actually get out the door this time?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, it's important to note in every single year this government has been in office, actual federal infrastructure spending has increased. Even before this budget, Mr. Speaker, federal infrastructure spending was scheduled to double in the coming year. Mr. Speaker, there will be new good news in the announcement, and I urge the opposition to join us to undertake this action and get that money out and get this economy going.